So welcome everyone to our yoga class again as we go charging into spring, although here the weather is kind of flip-flopping between spring and autumn. Spring and autumn. So we've been working quite a lot on standing poses and the legs and flexion. And so I'm just going to slow things down today and come back to some of the key things we've done since the beginning. So let's just start lying on your back and just remembering to make this clear distinction that you have a choice to look at yourself in a selfie and kind of observe and align, etc. Or you can not be looking at yourself to start with, but actually feeling the sense of your own body's weight, which is a completely different entry to the garden of your body. And I propose that it's helpful to not start with looking and measuring and performing and getting things all lined up, but really to be with a sense of weight. So let's put one hand on the belly, va mettre une main sur le ventre, and the other hand on the chest, l'autre sur la poitrine. And just feel the presence and the warmth of your hand and notice how they move while you breathe. Notez comme elles bougent les deux mains pendant la respiration. And don't correct, don't do belly breathing, don't wonder which is the right way to breathe, because then you're distancing yourself. But rather rest and be near to yourself. Feel the weight of your body. Notice the coming and the going of the breath. And let it just be like that. And then notice where you feel really comfortable in your body and where you don't. And allow your head to gently wobble a little from side to side. So the head is heavy, la tête est lourde, elle est sur la terre et tu la fais onduler un peu d'un côté à l'autre. The head is heavy, it's on the ground, we're just letting it wobble from side to side. Notice the breath, letting the breath come in through your nose or your mouth or both. L'air peut entrer du nez ou de la bouche ou de les deux. Et nous restons près de nous-mêmes, pas en nous observant. Just close, just near, not observing, but participating in the sensorial flow. Okay, and now we're going to open the arms quite wide. Very heavy flow. Rocking of the head, noticing the breath, noticing the weight, and learning not to be prescriptive so quickly, not to be analytical and mental and languagey so quickly. but to really practice, it's really a practice. It's the beginning of asana. The beginning of asana, of yoga, is to rest in wonderment almost, in an exploration of how is my weight resting on the ground right now? And as I open to that, how is the wave of my breath? Not is it this way or that way, or let me correct this, or no. Just the proprioceptive rivers of weight and breath. And so as I've been lying and talking, something released in my neck, and I can make my neck a bit longer, but it's not something, it's just something that emerged from inside. Wonderful. So what I would like you to do with your arms on the ground is just open the palm. Ouvre doucement la palme de la main. Open the palm until the fingertips, the fingernails, les ongles, touchent la terre, until the nails touch the ground. And you'll be surprised by what a long journey your fingers have to make for your hand to open completely. Because this is not how the body is at rest. The body is at rest in a passive flexion through the arms and hand. Keep letting the arms open, keep letting the hand open, keep allowing the opening until all the fingers, maybe not the thumb, but all the other ones, touch the ground. Don't force, just open. Jusqu'à que toutes les ongles de chaque doigt touchent par terre et la main reste ouverte. Sans forcer. And then just relax. Relax at the elbow, relâche au coude. Relax at the hand, heavy arm. Notice the breath, notice the weight. Then again, start to open the hand. And this time, imagine that each finger is getting longer. And as each finger gets longer and opens, each finger is making your arm longer and longer and longer. But don't stretch. We're orienting the arm, not stretching. Chaque doigt devient toujours plus longue et avec chaque doigt qui devient plus long, c'est comme le bras s'allonge. Mais il ne faut pas faire le mouvement. Il faut laisser que cet allongement vienne parce qu'on imagine que les doigts deviennent toujours plus longs. Length, 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 opening. Feeling how each finger is connected to a cable, a living, wiry cable that goes in the arm. And some of these cables will feel very, very intense for you, very intense. But it should feel like you're actually opening your chest, opening your lungs. Great, so the arms are very open. Now we're going to make this very open hand and arm begin to levitate off the ground a few centimeters. Keep it open, very open, but not stiff. Just very open. Beautiful. Listen into that opening through, especially places where it feels alive or nervy, coming into the armpits, for example. And now we're going to rotate the whole arm with the baby finger going towards the floor and the palm turning. The whole arm is rotating until the palm is facing down and your feet, your thumb is on the side of your feet, pointing to your feet. Your arms are off the ground. And then we're going to rotate the other way. Don't rush, just let the whole arm. It's like the thumb and the baby finger regulate the rotation moment. Yeah. And sometimes there's a moment where the forearm can continue, but the upper arm has reached its limit. You will see as we go the other way, it's almost as if the arm wants to bend slightly at the elbow. Tu continues complètement la rotation jusqu'à ce que le petit doigt est sur le côté de la tête. Et la palme est presque face à face au sol. Palm is almost facing the ground. And then come back to palms up and drop the arms. Let's make a so you're not pushing, it's just the HA. The time by the teeth. Très bien. And we're going to allow the knees to come towards and go away. And we're going to continue with the and the legs get wider and closer and wider and closer. Arms are heavy and wide. The breath. Notice that the spine starts to release towards the floor without you having an image of it. So my upper back and neck keep releasing into length. Very good. Now both legs go to the right. Les deux jambes vont vers la droite. But your upper body is very open and on the floor. I can feel the huge response in my arms still working away from what we did earlier. The breath. These movements look very passive or feel passive, but they aren't really passive because of your act of attention. They're not distracted doodly movements. They are quiet, but you're attending to the surprise of the body moving. It's really being in the antechamber to contemplation. Yeah. It's not linear, it's spacious. Legs were on the left. Now we come back. Okay. Now the left leg goes up. La jambe gauche monte dans l'air. You can keep the knee slightly bent. Tu peux relâcher le genou. And then the left leg goes over the right leg, completely over. Completely over. And then both legs go to the right. So it's a stronger twist than before, so just go easy. Let it travel right up the spine. Yeah, sometimes we hear these wonderful vertebral adjustments popping away. But don't look for things. It does not need to become a special trip. It's just ordinary. Okay, now the left arm, because you went to the right with your legs, the left arm, le bras gauche, monte au-dessus de la tête sur la terre. The left arm travels on the ground above your head and around and around and around, and you come onto your side. Come back to your heaviness, especially when it becomes a heady thing. And then the right arm opens again and we return. Après, on retourne dans la même, on fait le même sentier. All the way around, and we let if the legs have come undone, just bring them back. If the legs are still twined, bring them back. Both feet on the ground, right leg floating up, jambe droite, locking over the knee. This is a very deep movement. When your right leg is on top of your left leg, you are making a very deep opening in the hip articulation on the right side, because the left leg begins to pull the right leg if you don't rush off. It's as if the legs go and then the pelvis goes. So your spine remains very heavy as your leg goes. You're not inhibiting, but you're heavy. And then the underleg takes the overleg. And this makes a great, sophisticated opening deep in the right hip joint. And then the arm comes around, comes around, comes around until you're lying on your side. And we go up and over. You know, this is a great moment where you can decide, wow, I really vacuumed the floor very well, or, oh, maybe I should vacuum again tomorrow. So it's nice, you know, yoga and house cleaning, it all comes together. They're all very natural. So definitely no need to vacuum over here where I am. Left leg goes flying up. Left leg goes over. We're accelerating without rushing. Legs go over to the right. Arm follows and as an extension of the spine. Arriving, resting. So the leg was leading, now the arm is leading. The arm is taking you back. Arm, 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 spine, pelvis, legs, foot on the ground, right leg floating up, right leg going over, legs going, legs taking pelvis, taking sacrum, taking lumbars, taking spine, shoulders, right arm. And then right arm leading, and I return and return and return, and the legs follow the spine, and my leg flies up and I drop it. My left leg goes up, left leg hooking over the right leg, both legs taking the spine involving the shoulder, the arm, the hand, the figure. The arm is leading around. So we've been doing these incredibly deep rotations, incredibly deep. Leg flies up. And just have a stop and just enjoy where you are. Just feel what's changing as you lie on your back with wide arms. On fait une petite pause. The breath, the weight. There's always something in my upper back, for example, that really takes a very long time to open. And it's fine. It's old. It's an old story. Same for you. It'll be other parts. So we don't harass the body like it's an enemy. Okay. A few more breaths. And then come round. quelques autres respires et après tu retournes assise. Ça va? Yeah? Okay. Okay, we did this ages ago. Je pense qu'on a fait ça il y a très très longtemps. So come onto your stomach. Stomach. Tu as mal? Tu as mal au dos?
Non, pas un peu.
Okay. Okay, so here we are. Yeah. So just resting on your elbows, sur les coudes. You can relax your neck a little if you want, or it can be up. Just don't be stiff. That's it. Right. And then bend your right leg. Ça, c'est très bon pour le bas, le dos bas. Parce que quand on fait ça, on pousse le sacrum dans la juste position, d'un côté et de l'autre. So this movement is very good for the lower back. It's very gentle, but it's forcing, in a loving way, the lower back to come back to proper function. Because as we bend the leg, we push the sacrum, that triangular bone at the base of the spine, into its biological motion, especially on the right, because of the right leg. And now we do the left leg. We do the left leg. And you can feel, the minute you bend your legs, right, you can feel there's a pressure going up the back. Great. Okay. And now we do both legs. Both legs. See, this is the opposite of what we do when we're looking at our iPhones, right? We are not in a back bend when we're looking at the iPhone. This is a back bend. Yeah. Ça, c'est très, très bon pour le sacrum lombaire. Yeah. Great. Okay, now we let go. Okay, now we're going to come down more. You can put your chin or the side of your face, comme tu veux. You decide how you want to be. Okay, very comfortable all the way up through the ribs on the floor. You can even have your face flat on the ground. Tu peux être aussi comme ça. Okay, now the right leg is going to stay on the ground and travel towards the left leg. La jambe droite va vers la jambe gauche. La jambe gauche ne bouge pas. La jambe droite va vers la jambe gauche. When your toes touch, quand les doigts touchent, then your right leg goes over the left leg. Over the right. La droite monte sur la gauche. Et après, tu allonges et tu continues. Regarde-moi un petit moment. So your right leg goes over, and then you lengthen the leg, and you really let it take you. Don't lift it up. Keep it near the other leg, and let it rotate you as you go along. You see, I moved my left arm. Let it rotate, 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 rotate. Beautiful, Henriette. Yeah. Oui, mais tu peux faire. Attends, c'est bien. Mais c'est ça. Retourne là. C'est ça que tu vas faire. Tu vois ça? C'est ça, tu vas ouvrir comme ça. Fais-le. Alors, tu allonges là et tu fais une rotation. Voilà. Et tu vas toucher le problème aussi. Okay. And you keep, voilà, yeah. And then eventually the leg will take you onto your back. Voilà. C'était la jambe qui tient le nez. Okay? That's it. That looks great. Everybody. Beautiful. Okay, so you're on your back. You're on your back, right? Bend your legs. Pliez les jambes. Let your legs fall to the left. Let your arm travel around, 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 around. And then you see you're on your front. You just keep rolling. You just move your arm out of the way and you're on your front. Voila. Now the left leg travels towards the right and it goes over. Yeah, don't rush past this moment where you're really making the spine come alive as the leg travels. As the leg travels, 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 travels. And rolling until you roll. But try to play in such a way that the leg is leading the spine. Ça va? It can be very messy and fluid. Don't worry, the leg is leading the spine. Then we let our legs bend. You can do it with an external rotation like we've done before. Feet eventually are flat on the ground. Legs go to the left, to the right, sorry. Arm travels around. Now you learned, so you can get your arm out of the way, the underarm, and that will roll you back. And the right leg is going over the left leg. And it's going and it's going. Try not to stop now. And you keep rolling. I'm already on my back. And I'm on my back and my legs come up. And then they roll to the left. And my arm goes. And I'm on my stomach again. Voila. Yeah, take your time to finish for yourself. Ça va, Yeah, that's good. Very good. Very good. Okay. 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 And just have a rest. Just have a rest on your front. Head can be to one side, whatever support you need. Release the belly into the ground. Laisse que le ventre se relâche vers le sol. Belly, ribs, spine sinking towards the ground. Pelvis being allowed to tilt and fall towards the ground in this face down position. Okay, so just to close on this little exploration, we're going to bend the right leg. On va plier la jambe droite. And then I'm going to reach with my right arm for my right ankle. This is the type of moment where we get cramps because the lorries carrying all the food and information from one farm to the next, and the legs are suddenly being asked to do something completely different. And we get caught in a spasmy traffic confusion. So, and those cramps can be so powerful sometimes. So there's a bending, there's something that's happening at the pelvis. Okay, now you must hold your ankle and not your toes. And now I'm going to continue relaxing into the ground with belly and chest, but I'm going to pull the leg towards my buttock. It's very strong. You'll feel it down the flexors, at the sacrum in the back. Okay. Now I'm going to reach with my left arm for my right ankle. So I have to tip over. On va prendre, voilà. On va changer de main. That's it. Okay. So now I've got my left hand has my ankle. Okay, and I'm going to pull my ankle and my knee off the ground. Je vais tirer, voilà. I'm going to lift my knee off the ground because my arm is pulling. Pulling, pulling. Very good. You can be very strong, but use your arm and then let go completely. And just feel what's happening through the breath, through the weight, through the nearness. My left leg is bending. My left hand reaches for my left ankle. Very strong flexion movements. Oh, keep releasing at the belly. One side will feel very different. For me, this is quite a problematic and very interesting. I'm no longer worried about it like I was many years ago when I got injured. But it's just very different, and it's a very creative place. And then I'm going to reach across with my right hand towards my left ankle. Get hold. That's it. And then again, resting to the floor and then pulling at the ankle with the hand, which raises the leg. And this diagonal back-bendy flexi movement is so healthy for the sacrum. It's the opposite of side bending and rotating forward to pick up something on your left or your right, which is really the best way to make your back go wonky. Pull away, pull away, pull away, pull away, and then release. Oh. And release. And just hang out. You can hang out on your belly, or if you've had enough, you can fold up and back into child pose. Go slowly because it'll be very strong on your back. Breath. Just enjoy doing whatever feels right. Have a break. And then when you're ready, take your time though, maybe 4 or 5 more breaths, and then when you're ready, coming up, take your time and going for a little walk. Okay. It's quite strong, no? Yeah, so one of the most typical ways that we injure our backs is when we go to pick up something heavy with straight legs, like that. That's never advisable. But not only that, we turn to one side. Ça, c'est la manière la plus facile pour faire mal au dos. On se plie avec les jambes droites. Il y a un poids qu'on va enlever. Et aussi, c'est d'un côté. So when we bend like this and we turn to one side to lift something, we are biologically stressing that joint on the one side. On fait un stress contre-biologique du côté. And because we're all a bit soggy from iPhones and internet, and you know, we're just soggy here, the body isn't ready, and then we have pain. So when we do like this, we're doing the opposite. You know, instead of doing like this, we're doing like that. So we're doing the opposite of adjusting one side or adjusting the other, which is very, very good. Very good. So let's explore in standing. So here we are. If it's a bother, you can touch the wall, it's fine. So you'll see what you need. But we're just going to balance on the right leg. Yeah, slowly more and more. And then we're going to bend the leg and see if we can get hold of that ankle. And you see, my flexors are very strong, but over time, over a long time, you want to let that go as much as you can, but don't judge and don't force. Yeah. And then if you can, we're just going to change hands. So it's the other, it's the other hand. Always work at the ankle, because if you work at the toes, you can injure your knee. Work at the ankle. Yeah. And then we're just going to pull the leg back like we did in sitting. We're just going to pull the leg back. You can put your arm out to balance. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, it should make you smile, because this movement will never result in a delicious quiche. Okay, great. Just feel. Okay, then we're on this side. The thing about balancing, I find, is that it's not about rigid to balance, but more pouring the weight. C'est comme verser du café dans une tasse. Ça, c'est la tasse. Et tu verses le café. C'est pas une rigidification pour balancer. C'est plus que tu mets le poids là. So you let the weight fall into the leg, and you let the body find its balance, which is many, many different things. But being rigid is not so necessary right now. It would be more if we were doing acrobatics, but we're not. Then we get hold of that ankle. I don't know if it's going to work. Yeah. Try. We get hold of the ankle. We let go here in the flexors. Use the wall. And then we change hands. We can balance. And then we start to pull the leg back. And breathe and smile. Yeah. Very good. Okay, so let's have a look at this work we've done lots of times on our knees. So we're going to be on our hands and knees. Big open hands. As you let your weight fall on your hands, let the weight open your hands. Moving around a bit, kind of really enjoying the hand, the weight. Going forward, going back, fingers, antlers, branches or antlers growing out of your head, squirrel's tail as you go back, antlers. Let your spine hang. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to lean back into our sit bones. And remember, you can, if you watch me, you want to stop while you still have a squirrel's tail. Because look, if I continue, it starts to go the other way, right? And down, the whole pelvis. So you want to lean back, but as far as you are bums up. On s'arrête avant que le bassin tourne. That's it. So we lean back and we have a squirrel's tail, and then elbows and toes. Hook your toes, allowing the forehead to rest on the ground and the arms to be long. Really rest on your forehead and elbows. And really explore letting the spine drop through. And you can wobble ever so slightly from side to side. Okay, so now we're going to push from the toes and start to reach with the head. Start to travel through, travel through, travel through. Coming up on the hands, you can adjust the knees and coming through. So this is very important that the toes push the spine so you're not just fallen through completely, but there's a kind of buoyancy and you come through. And it's your toes that are healing the sogginess of your back. C'est les orteils qui poussent le dos, qui fait une espèce de support. Oui. All the way through, up through to the head. And then the chest is open. Open chest. And then I push with the hands and I roll through. Don't fix your spine. Don't flatten it. Just let it go through this movement. It's really important that you go through as you return with elbows and forehead on the ground. Huge hands, elbows, toes, head reaching through, coming forward, toes pushing, head reaching through, coming forward. Adjust your knees. Come all the way through, all the way through. Open your chest. On est retourné avec la tête. Open your chest. Now reach back with the right heel. Reach back with the left heel. And open the whole spine. Keep reaching back with the heels. Open the spine. You should be able to kind of just float there. If you let go of reaching with heels and head, you'll start to struggle. Keep opening, keep opening, keep opening, keep opening, keep opening. Knees touching the ground, reaching back with your sit bones. Don't fix your spine, let it hang through as you come through to elbows, forehead, and hang through. You will notice how wide the back of your pelvic floor is becoming. The more you relax, the more you allow the sit bones to widen and open, the more you let the tension or the force in your legs and in the back of the pelvic floor stop to interfere, stop to clench. Okay, so we'll come back to kneeling to close in a moment, but just let's lie on our backs again. So this is very traditional in yoga to have poses and counter poses. Front bends and back bends, twists in one direction and in another, upside down poses and standing poses, so that the body is opening and closing itself. Okay. So feet on the ground, big, huge feet, heavy heels, making roots, big toes. And then we're going to just let the knees reach up and take the tail with it. So the spine will follow you up. Keep going up, keep going up, keep going up. The spine will follow you up. All the way, tail taking you up between your legs. Keep flying up, keep flying up, keep flying up, keep flying up. Setu Bandhasana, which is this pose, is really a pose of going. You don't sort of stay in it forever. It's like a wave washing up a beach, and then you realize, oh, I've reached the very limit and I'm already coming down. Hang from your knees as you come down. Roll through each vertebrae, especially the clunky bits. Keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling. Beautiful. Arms flying straight up. Tail going with the legs. Your spine is already going up again like we just did, but now the arms are vertical. Keep going up, keep going up. Roll through every part of your spine. And then hanging from the tail and the fingertips coming down. Let it flow, don't hold, let it flow, let it flow. Huge feet, big heels, big toes. Tail flying up again, flying up, roll through the spine. Try not to jump sections of your spine. Keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling. All the way up. And now drop the arms over the head and keep going up. Keep going up, keep going up. Huge relaxed feet. And then hanging from your tail as you come down, coming down, coming down, coming down, coming down, coming down, coming down. All the way, until you're flat on the ground. Arms going straight up, tail taking the spine up, all the way, all the way, all the way up, all the way up. Drop the arms over the head, going a little higher, and then rolling down. Hang from your tail, huge feet, hang from the tail. Let the arms travel down the side. Watch your shoulders. Jump. Go over little bumps if you need to. Then the arms go straight up again. Sailing up with your tail. Keep going up. Keep going up. Keep going up. Huge feet. Huge feet. Huge. All the way up. Drop the arms over. Go up higher. Way up. Way up. Hanging from the tail as you come down, as you come down, as you come down. Hanging, 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 hanging. Hanging from the tail, letting the spine hang through, hang. Very soft, letting the arms wide and then come back down to your sides. Breathing, wobbling, doing whatever you need just to be at ease. Breath, 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 breath. Okay. How are you both doing? Good?
Very good.
Ça va, yeah? So come around onto your hands and knees. So this position is the same as different because we're orienting in a different way to the ground, but you can feel that it creates an effort to open. The tendency is to go this way, but to open here, c'est pas facile, non? Il y a une force qui. So we're just up like this. Then the arms go up. Now, remember, it's not about making a bend in your lower back. It's about going up with your arms, up and lifting each rib. And then it's the arms that take you up and you start to make a back bend because the center of your heart wants to look at the sky. And you're lifting yourself up and rooting down into the legs. Up, up and opening, opening, opening. And you can eventually lean a little forward with the pelvis as you keep going up. Yes, beautiful. But you want to open the upper part of the spine. Comme ça. Tu sens ça? C'est quand tu veux. Wow. Yeah. Don't stay too long. Yeah. That's it. Then you can have a break by going into child pose. Yeah, you can relax down into a soft front bend. Yeah, completely release forward. And then coming up onto our knees. My knees are a bit too wide. And then straight up through the arms. And it's the arms that lift the spine, but it's the legs that root the spine. So rooting and lifting. We have this two-way movement. Arms. Don't let your arms widen. Bring your arms together. You see what I'm doing? It's like I'm gathering. That is what Vanda called it in Italian, gathering. Raccoglie, she would say. It's like we are gathering the movement of the body, not dispersing it. Gathering, we're lifting, that's it. Lifting, you're not watching yourself, you're just floating in the river, actively paying attention. That's it. Let the pelvis go forward at a certain point. as you open backwards even more and more. Beautiful. And release forward one more time. Wonderful. So then just come to standing. See what time it is. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. Big feet, big head. We just let ourselves, let ourselves swivel. Let the arms be heavy. Eyes open, eyes closed. Head following all the way around. Okay, now the head stops following and looks straight ahead. Head looks straight ahead. It's a completely different movement. Right. Right. Great. Just let the arms go up. Just easy. Put the hands on the head. The right elbow, the right heel is going to make roots, the right foot, and the right elbow is going to lengthen up. So I'm not bending on my left side. I'm making roots in my right foot, and my right elbow is going up. So I'm opening this area. Yeah, just naturally. And then the left foot and the left elbow. Great. Good. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, all of you. See you next week. Thank you.